like to now, Alison, okay?
After night. But there is a request that don't bombard me with messages come through a side channel so that I can help you. But yeah, if you need to get in touch with me on WhatsApp, use this number and not the earlier one. I can't hear you, Sarah.
Is that your new number, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose we're waiting for a few more people to jump on the call.
Yeah, there's 32 on and there was 41, so I'm assuming more to join.
All right, because I suppose we had 40 some people and we have 34 back. So do we want to start or do we want to wait a little for them?
You could wait a minute if you want. As I say, it's 32, there was 41, so.
Yeah.
I put it up in the comments earlier on, so it should be. I would just go ahead, Shweta.
Okay, I think we should start because I think people would join gradually. So any questions, any other questions that you have about the PDQ?
Shweta, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
On them machines, if there's somebody, say there's somebody in my downline that needs 100 points, if I get someone, would there be an option on my back office to put their ID in so the points go on their back office?
That's right.
Yes. You can. Brill. Okay, thank you.
So that is why it's an opportunity for us to, raise a lot of debts as well, because we can put in some points. So imagine if you're able to help somebody by getting them, let's say one prospect or a 1 point for, let's say, TV broadband, and they got 35 points from there, and you have just one PDQ customer from there. So that's 45 points done already. They would only need to do 55 points themselves in order to, and that it's not, the 10 points is not one time. It's going to stay for 12 consecutive months then. So which means they only got to do the remaining points. And if they can just get a few customers themselves, then they might not need to do any points at all. So it's a very good opportunity to actually raise the debts as well.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yes, if the, one of the questions asked was if the business gives the machine back, do we do the point stop before the 12 months? Well, of course. Because if the services don't last for over 12 months, then yes, the point stop as well, because we need to return their money, and we would not actually be getting income from there to give any points.
Well, that's why we were actually asking if there was a minimum per month to spend, because I mean, the company's actually given us £10 per month equivalent of, so therefore that's why we thought, is there a minimum sale per month with the machines?
There is no minimum sale as such per month. There is no minimum sale, but of course, it could be, as I said, that it could even be £5 a day or something. There is no criteria of minimum sale, but what we need to understand is that we're building a relationship with these people, with the PDQ, and we might be able to negotiate even a better deal than this after a couple of months of performance. But we need to show them that the leads that we're giving them are really good leads and helping them. Any company would want to do business with us when it's profitable for them as well. So that's the only thing. We need to be a little careful about the leads, but there is no minimum. And even if it is as little as maybe a couple of hundred or £1,000, I don't know any small business that comes over less than £1,000. They won't be able to pay their rent otherwise. So
I have a question for the group.
Yes, please.
Do we know of any other network marketing companies who offer this kind of a product?
Not that I know of. So this is something unique to LTW.
Okay. Yeah.
As far as I am
that's the
concerned.
point. That's one point I wanted to make. That one, this is a unique thing that's coming to LTW. Also, there's another thing which is happening. Now, have you have you guys ever understood why some businesses do not opt for any PDQ machines?
No, I don't suppose
No.
so.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things is that because it's not that easy to get. Here is a finance company which is willing to work with us and allow us to sell or rather generate leads on their behalf to get this finance product on the line. Now, it's a huge thing which is happening, and the power of this can be fully harnessed if, as Shweta said in the beginning, we can have people go to SSD just like this now. So I just wanted to make this point to make you realize that no other company offers this, and it's not easy to get a PDK machine at these rates that we're getting. So you guys can take your businesses to a new level now.
And of course, I mean, that's a point rightly made, that this is a very unique product that we're bringing to the market as far as MLM companies are concerned, because I don't know of any other network marketing that offers, because they usually go with mainstream product. I mean, they have their own chosen 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 products that, and most of the companies begin with very limited quantity of product. They, like even Amway started with just one LOC, and now obviously it has a range of products, but usually they start with limited 1 or 2 products and then expand. But no matter how much they expand, it still remains very limited. And now, wherein with LCW, we already have such a huge range, and we're adding unique things all the time. So this is a very great selling point, not only for the fact that it will give residual points and everything, also for the fact that it could be actually your gateway to start talking to the business about other products and also getting them involved as IBO. Now, imagine if you were to get just a couple of businesses involved as IBO. Imagine the kind of purchase they would make. Let's say, I keep getting back to salons because I know that a lot of you are and have your team members who are salon owners. So imagine you get into a salon with this PDQ machine because they're getting great rates and getting the option to transfer money into different accounts. And the facilities are just immense. But that's just your gateway that helps you secure that 10 points a month. At the same time, you can sell them Ruchi Brown products, and we are coming up, not only we are expanding the range of those products, and we will have wholesale packages as well, more wholesale packages at better prices that you can actually sell to the business owner. You can sell to salons and all and make a great deal of retail profit on that as well. So that provides your gateway. You can help them with changing their gas and electricity, and hopefully water as well coming soon. So you get into the business by helping them save money on their existing expenses. Why are you showing us all that food, Tarun? So you get into the business, you get talking to the business by helping them save money on so many existing things, like the basic things like the gas, electricity, water, phone bill, and gas, electricity, water, and their PDQ machines and things like that. But that is just your gateway to get in there. You can actually influence a huge amount of people, because imagine the contact that a restaurant has, the amount of contact that a salon has. It is just immense. So it's actually your route to tap into a huge network. It's a gateway to tap into a huge network rather than just being a product. And as I said,
let me make a point which is a little bit disconnected from the discussion that we've been having.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. So now we sitting in the corporate office, we deal with banks and gateways on a fairly regular basis. MLM as an industry is taken in as a high risk industry. Do we all know that? Do we all realize that? Yeah. Okay. Imagine a bank putting their faith in LTW, an MLM company, and that too a company which has just been there for 1.5 years. We would have done something really right with them. That a bank put their faith in us and asked us to sell their product. So think about the kind of financial backing that they're giving to us now, and think the kind of safe hands that we're getting into now, that we're now selling finance products. I've never been this excited in my journey with LTW. So one, MLM being a high risk company, an MLM company is being asked by a bank to sell their product. Two, it speaks volumes of the kind of faith and the kind of reputation that we've built up in the market, that just go on with it.
Yes, absolutely, Tarun. I would agree that it actually brings in huge credibility to the business being able to offer finance product for another company. And again, we need to see how we strategize this. So I think we can start from making a list of the small businesses that we know in our area, and we can circulate something in order to help you start making that list. It could be from people that you know, friends and family, people around you, places that you go to. It could be maybe a gas station that you go to. Just
train stations. I mean, the shops or the train stations, they hardly have any PDQ machines.
You bet. Because most of these shops at train stations, they don't have PDQ machines because they think they'll need to pay a lot of money, in different places like taxes and everything, if they got a PDQ machine. But this is a great product if we can help them understand the value of this. So, I mean, the opportunity is just immense. And the PDQ should we should have a link on the website, hopefully by tomorrow. So you will be able to fill up the forms and everything, and things will start. We will send you all this detail, the information that I shared with you tonight, and I will try to get a flyer made for you as well, for you guys to advertise as well by tomorrow. Let's just stick to the flyer that we get, so that we all are unanimously and we all are together just promoting one thing, so that it's a definite thing, and anybody who gets the information is the same piece of information that the person gets, whether they get it from Sarah, Kay, or anybody. It's the same piece of information that they're getting. So any other questions regarding the PDQ machine? Quiet.
So will your points, will they be, say if you went over, would you pass your points down to, say, your other legs, or can they be carried on? So depending on how many people you actually take in, do you pass them down to your legs?
No, at the moment you don't pass them on to your leg, but you certainly pass them on to your upline, because for upline it counts as more points, but you cannot pass that on to your downline. But what happens with that's only with the services. With products, you get customer commission, so which means you get cash commission on the sale. So even if you go over 100 points, there's still profit for you because you get commission on that. So it doesn't matter if you're able to sell 100, 1,000 or 10,000, you will get the bonus accordingly. So the more the merrier.
Right. Okay.
So are you saying then that we can't, like, say for instance, like Sarah's above me, and Sarah gets herself 10 PDQ machines, she can't then the 11th one put in my name?
No, she can do. She can. Absolutely. She can do it with her ID as well. It's just that she will have 110 points every month.
Right, so she gets the points, not me. Is that what you're saying?
There are two ways, okay? One is that when you fill the form, it asks you to fill the name of the IBO as well. So if she fills her name, she will get the points. If she fills your name and ID as the IBO who is recommending, then you get the points. So that can be.
So we can effectively, if we choose to do so, build for the people from the bottom that say that they don't have enough money to shop each month, and we can go without the points ourselves and give them to the people below us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely great. Fantastic. That's what I want.
It's the same for the TV broadband services, and it's the same for gas and electricity as well. You can put the name of the person who needs the point as the person who's referring, and they will get the points.
Okay. Are you going to have like a spreadsheet that comes back that we'll be able to see, that's transparent, to see when the salesperson's gone to see them, when the sign up occurs?
You will get email updates at every stage.
This is
back to us, yeah.
The person referring and the customer, both of them will get email updates.
Yeah, so you can keep an eye on exactly what you're doing and where you're placing them, basically.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, if you go along your bottom line and you try and resurrect them all, the minute you get them to the 200 at the bottom, everyone's automatically moving up anyway. So what we do is go to the bottom of our line and basically start from the bottom up.
So Sarah, would you do this? Because this is what I would do. I'd do 100 points to one person and then get them to do their shopping as well. You
Yeah.
pick 3, go get 100 points, 100 points, 100 points, and then you
I would
get
actually,
one of them to
I
shop,
personally,
and then
would-
that
I
brings you
personally,
up.
would- I personally wouldn't give anyone 10. I would give them 5 and encourage them to buy 50 themselves, or go and find 5 themselves, for the simple
I think
reason.
that's a better strategy because they need to have some commitment to the business.
Exactly. I wouldn't be giving 10 to anyone. I personally would give them 5, and if they wanted to get 5 themselves without selling, without having to buy, fair enough, or they could buy their other 50 points. I certainly
well,
wouldn't be giving anyone everything.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're picking holes with me because I don't mind it this week. I'm having a few holes picked to me this week, so it's all good. Right, there is one thing that I would like to discuss with you. It's the compounding. You know that I don't fully get this compounding from the conversation that we had last night. But I'm not going to go through that again because I'm going to wait till you guys put it in writing. Sarah gets it. She's like, it's like this. I'm like, okay. As soon as I see it, black and white, I'll get it. But this is what my thought is here. We've got this fantastic opportunity that you guys are bringing to us with the service sides, with the PDQs. Now, are you going to compound before this? We can really start to get this in place, or are you going to compound after?
After we will do the, and it's not compound, it's actually, we're going to condense everything. So it's.
That's the word. I knew you had it on, Sam. I just couldn't think of the right word.
We're going to do compression, and that compression will happen in the month of October. So you have entire month of September to wake up the dead.
Yeah, because that's what my thought was. My thought here is to have this fantastic opportunity, but then we've then got the situations whereby we know right now, and all of us know right now, what we've got underneath is what we need to deal with, what we need to tackle so that we can move up. If there's a situation whereby, you know, it's compressed beforehand and then we're like, well, they're not there to mess about with anymore. I asked Taryn if you guys were sending out an email to everybody within the organisation, and fantastic you are on this, because I do believe very strongly that an email needs to come out from LTW advising any IBO that signed up for this company that they have got till the end of September to get active, to reactivate. If not, they are gone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we need to utilize the entire month of September to help people understand the importance of, I mean, you know, the benefits of this and how easy it would make their entire. One person actually to look at it, you find one person, you know, who's probably getting a Sky connection, to find them probably 5 people who will go for the PDQ, and I mean, that pretty much does it, because the rest 20, 25 points, they can even buy a small hamper, or they can even just pick and choose what they want and everything, and they'll get their 100 points. So it could not be easier than this.
One thing I wanted to raise with you, because it's been spoke about a little bit in the leaders chat, and it's the £35 joining fee. I mean, obviously, as of October, it's been advised it's going to go. Is that correct?
Yes. It will be free for everybody who wants to join but doesn't want to go active. So a person only needs to spend £35 if they just want to join but don't wish to go active. Otherwise, if they wish to go active, they have to spend £200 in total anyway. £35 plus minimum 165 for activation. Okay. So that's £200. But anybody who wants to join but does not want to go active, they can sign up for free. We don't need the £35, because that doesn't help anyone. If somebody signs up with 35 points and sit there and doesn't do anything, it doesn't help you. You don't get any points. So it's nonsensical, and we don't want that person losing the 35 points. So it's absolutely free. If somebody wants to join, access the product services, but doesn't want to go active, great. They can get the services. I mean, they can get the facilities. They can shop. Their points will count towards your points. You will still get those points if they shop, but we're not charging them any sign-up.
So can then people not recruit then, Shweta, if they don't? So is that basically saying if they don't join up for the £200, then they can just have a customer account? They can't recruit or anything?
Yeah, they can only join as a customer. If they want to join as an IPO, the first requirement anyway to get any bonus, even right now, is to go active, which means they need to spend that £200 anyway. So the benefit it will have for existing IBOs is that the people you get on your team signing up as IBO, you will get the points straight away. So it's not like you're recruiting, 20, 30, 50 people, and out of that 10 people go active. So all your hard work goes to waste, because those people have joined, and you're bound, you're kind of relying on them, you're banking on them to go, because they will say that they will go active by the end of the month, by this date or that date and everything, but a lot of times they really don't go active. Most of the time, that's what the data says, that if you don't go active the day they join, in 80% of the scenarios, or in fact at times even more, they don't go active at all.
So is it best off to say to people, we have got a joining fee, however, if you're not willing to go active straight away and you do want to build a team, wait until you're going to go active and then do it all in one go? Because I think by saying to somebody, it's £200 straight away, you're going to lose a lot of potential people there. I don't think, a lot of us didn't go active straight away. We're not like dead weight, as what they call it.
See, I understand what you're saying, but think of it from this perspective, that for any person to actually build a business, they need to join, they need to go active and to start building. That's the usual progression. So even though it was not written, but earlier also it was exactly the same thing. 35 pounds they used to give for joining, plus 199 in order to, plus 165 in order to go active. So they used to have to spend 200 pounds anyway, even though it was, it was not written in terms of packages or anything. And secondly, what it used to do in 165 pounds, the packages that were available, now it's really difficult to give value for money in 165 pounds package, to give them 100 points and then give them value for the package of 165 pounds. It's actually with the food products and all, it is just not possible. And I know that all of us have lost a lot of our customers because of that. Because when no matter how much you tell them about the business and everything, when they open the package that they've spent 165 pounds on, and when they don't see the worth of it in the package, they get disappointed and they quit the business. They probably don't even answer phones a lot of times and don't go active again. So it would help us, actually get quality over quantity, because what they will get in the 199 pack is a proper business pack. Well, they will get detailed information and training access in order to conduct their business. And next month on, they can choose whatever. The good part is they will go active straight away. So you will get the points straight away. Also, they will have because they've gone active straight away, they have the entire month to actually build a network of customer, which will help them get active the next month without having to do 100 points themselves. So they have the entire month, or, until the end of this month to work with, so that they can get customers and they can build their customer base beforehand. So it is easier to get customers than actually to get IBOs. I'm sure all of you would agree to that.
Right, so is there 1 month left now of the £35 sign-up fee, and then is it October that it stops?
Yeah, so September everything remains the same, and from October we're introducing these enhancements. So it's in October when the registration becomes for anybody who does not want to go active, and even customer, if let's say I'm a customer of example, let's say Richie Brown product. Okay, so I buy Natox because I like it, but I don't want to get involved in the business. But when I start using it, I have a lot of people asking me that, what is this product? I can see, Samantha, it's knocking years off your face. So what is it, Samantha, that you're using? And Samantha says that, oh, it's this brilliant cream. So when I realized that people are asking me and I can get customers, so I can actually get points for them, and I can actually make it a business because I have people asking me for those products already. It's so much easier for me to have the faith to upgrade as an IBO rather than signing somebody up directly. So that is another route to go with the products, and it could be just anything, not only the Natox. It could be it could be the PDQ, it could be the gas and electricity. As I said, those are our gateways to reach people who have huge reaches, and then to involve them as IBOs. So anybody who gets the business opportunity straight away was spending the same amount of money anyway. So we're not losing any of them. It will help us get additional people, because a lot of people who wanted to get involved but probably did not want to spend 200 pounds straight away. They wanted to see the business, see the products, XYZ things. They can now get involved as a customer, and when they feel the time is right, and we can help them get a customer base and then help them upgrade to an IBO level. So we're not losing anything that we had earlier. We're actually helping build up, and it would also make sure that the people who join as IBO get quality people, and we get the point straight away. So if we're joining 10 people as IBO, we're getting our 1,000 points straight away. We don't have to wait that those people will go active or not. I might get the points or not. You will get it.
Shweta, I'm a bit worried because I've got some people on my team who they are really, really good at this. They're recruiting, they're focused, but they can't afford to buy the hampers in one go. They need to spread the cost out over the month. So they are getting active, but they just can't do it in one go. So what are you suggesting with people that are looking to sign up to create a business that can't afford it in one go? Would they have to go on a sort of trial basis first as a customer?
For anybody, for any of the new customers, how many people, new IBOs who were actually purchasing in installments? I mean, I've hardly seen any. If I talk about into that to new one, it's only the existing people who at times choose to half and half or maybe in 3 pieces or something. But most people active, they were active.
Sorry, there's a weird clicking on this. I can't hear what
it's someone that's not muted. I'm going to mute everyone. If I mute everyone again, Shweta, you unmute yourself.
Okay.
Because there's someone not muted. Okay, now you unmute yourself, Shweta.
Okay. Yeah. So now the thing is that 90% of the times people just shop in one go. They do their 100 points in one go. It's only 10% of the times that people choose to, and it actually might be less than 10% also, people who choose to do their shopping in 2 different installments rather than 1 or 3. There's very few people who do that. And for everybody who does that, for everybody who's existing, it still remains the same. They don't have to go, there's nothing that changes for them. They can choose if they want to buy in 10 installments, 10 points each, 10 different times, it's absolutely fine. Nothing changes for them. For the new people who are joining, the first month they go active straight away when they join. Next month on, they can pick and choose what they want to do. It's completely up to them. And also because they will have time to build the customer base before that month arrives, which gives them the facility and the ability not having to actually pay for 100 points or like pay for stuff that'll give them 100 points, but just probably, if they're able to get customers for 50, 60 points, then probably just having to do the 40 points. So which means the business in a way becomes more sustainable and easier for them from the very first month.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions you have, guys, regarding this, then please put it.
Shweta, if you say you joined me as a customer and joined up under my BO as a customer, if you decided to upgrade and you wanted to take 199, 499 or whatever, would you automatically be in the same place? You'd automatically be under me?
Yes.
So yeah, that's fine. I wasn't sure if you decided that you wanted to move somewhere else, you could sign up under someone else. But no. if you already signed up as a customer, that's your place.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
If you signed up, if somebody signed up as a customer with you, even if they become an IBO, they remain with you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm confused about that. Okay, now it's clear, right? So any other questions on this?
Not so much on this, Shweta, but we were just saying, is it possible that teams can get together like this maybe once a month or something with yourself so that you can keep us all updated with these? Because there's a culture starting to divide, that there's a them and an us, if that makes sense, and I really don't want to go there. So the ones that's always saying, oh, we were talking to the leaders, etc., the ones below are feeling there's a divide saying there's them and there's us, and we don't want that.
No, certainly that's not a good feeling. We wouldn't want to give anybody that feeling, and we can certainly do this once a month. I think to begin with, we can decide one day of the week we can do this, and moving forward, we can probably reduce it when the teams are more settled. Newest person, I'm so glad to see that there are quite a few people who are very new and who've just joined and who are in this call, because they're the ones who can actually, realize that how quickly and how much do we keep adding for the benefit of our IBOs. Not only that, we are also in conversation with a couple of other exclusive, to bring in a couple of exclusive products. So the way it should work for customer base is that, you pick your product. Okay, you pick your product, probably product of the month, product of the week, and work on that. Just find the right customer. So whenever you talk to somebody, the first thing is to identify their needs, be it a business or an individual. Identify their needs. In all probability, we would have product that would suit them. So for example, if you're talking to somebody who's worried about, you know, the aging and the wrinkles and everything, we have a product for them. So instead of just trying to sell Natox to everybody that you find, I think it's very important that you identify the need of the person that you're talking to or the business that you're talking to. And a lot of times it's also about creating that need. So they might actually have the hidden need but not realize that. So we need to ask them relevant questions in order to bring out that need to the table. Because if I come to you saying that, you know, let's say if I come to you saying that I go to a doctor saying that I have a headache and I get regular headaches and give me medicine, I'll be happy to take whatever medicine is giving me. But if a doctor walks up to my place and says that, you know, knock, knock, I'm here, I'm a doctor, and I wanted to find out if you have any sort of headache and all, even if I get a headache very often, I would not like to get treated by that doctor. I would rather make the effort to go to the doctor. So it's always better that, you know, we make the person realize that they need the product we have. They have a need for the product that we're offering them, rather than just going up front and offering them any product. Similarly, if you walk into a business, just start small chit chat with them. Okay, so you don't have a PDQ machine, why not? I mean, now I was trying to buy this and now I can't buy it, so I'm really disappointed. Why don't you have a PDQ machine? And then they would explain you their reasons. And then you say that, okay, what if, you know, probably you didn't have to pay a very high price. What if you can entertain all the customers that come through this machine, but you know, you could decide where you wanted that money to go, in the expense account here, there, whatever. What if there was a way? And they would say, okay, I mean, if that were to happen, that would be great. Okay, do you mind if I propose something to you that I have for you? And then you give them the flyer, or you explain to them, okay, or take down the details. Okay, I'll have somebody call you who will have more details than I do, and I'm sure they'll be able to give you a solution for your shop, so that you can entertain more customers without having to worry about the increased cost. So generate that need. That's paramount important. I mean, that is, I cannot emphasize enough on that. You go to somebody's place, you know, you have friends, or you have you know, you're friends with families who have elderly members. They're suffering from, let's say, you know, heart disease, heaven forbid. They're suffering from diabetes and all that. You ask them questions, and, you know, till the time you have that genuine urge to help people in themselves, would be just sales. But if you actually have a genuine urge to help people inside you, you know, they can see it through, and they'll be more willing to listen and to talk to you, because they would understand that you really want to help them. That's why you're offering them whatever you're offering, instead of just trying to make a sale. The diabetic care product that we have, it's an amazing product. We have amazing testimonies from within the team as well, you know, from the LTW community. It has gotten so many people off insulin. I think we're going to have a few testimonies on the stage as well this month. Imagine if you were able to give that kind of solution to just 10 people in your life. You wouldn't even realize the kind of service that you will be doing to them. For you, you know, for a person, it might just be points for an IBO, but you really can't imagine the kind of difference you would be making to their life. And if we all set our targets to help people this way, then trust me, sales wouldn't just be sales, and points wouldn't just be points, and things would come in a lot more easier, because you will enjoy doing that. As I said, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you get us the testimonials from these people? It's fantastic what you're saying to us, but what we need is information that we can put on Facebook, which shows the credibility of what we're saying. Mm-hmm. It's all good and well that, you know, that we speak to people, but to have a testimonial of someone that's used it personally, we need that type of information. The same as what I think that might help us within the organisation for this month is that we obviously know that the £35 joining up fee is going to go, that this is the last month that anybody can have it. If we could have some form of information from the company that we can actually put on our Facebooks, so that anybody that's watching us at the moment knows that this is the last month that they can join for £35. Mm-hmm. But it comes directly from the company, so it's not just us putting it on there, so it looks like we're desperate to get people to sign up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What exactly would you want that email to say?
Not an email.
Like a
I
flyer.
think, yeah, not yeah, something like like a flyer or something, or you know, a flyer most preferably.
If you put some basic information on, maybe even on a, maybe even on a Word format or something, I can get our our marketing team to work on it to make it a proper flyer for you. Just put
Okay.
information that you want in there. I will get them to work on it and make it into a proper thing.
Okay.
Mandy's just suggested if we could have something on the LTW website that we'd be able to share, so it would come direct from the LTW page.
I think if it's corporates and we're all sharing the same thing, I think that's what the issue is, isn't it? We need the consistency and everybody needs to be showing the same.
Exactly, I completely agree. That's why I said that, especially about the joining thing, if there is any, if there are any specific points that you want to cover, just throw in that point and I will get a flyer made, which all of you can circulate.
Perfect. Can I, well, while we're still on, can I ask you about the Bacaban, when that comes out and how we to sell it, etc.?
Yes, the Bacaban, I think we're running out of time again.
We'll have to come back on in a minute.
The Bacaban, the account manager for Bacaban is traveling right now. That's why there's a bit of delay, because they're actually to produce special packaging for LTW and all. So all of that is taking a bit of time, but that should be in sometime this month, probably later on this month. The way we will sell them, it will be a great seller in NHS. It will be a great seller in any healthcare, in old age homes. You can sell actually wholesale packages there, the bigger packages that they have for kind of in industrial, like non-residential use. But again, they will have small packages for residential use as well, because the product is great. Any of the products that we're taking on board, we're making sure that it has good certification and the results are proven.
So if I decided to go around the dentists, nurseries, old age people, and sell the fresh lot, give them my IBO number and the LTW website, they can just reorder month after month after month through myself.
They can. I would suggest that you register any person, the contact person, as a customer there, and they will have access to the portal, so they can just order month after month. And the points will go.
Perfect.
Can I just say something quickly?
Back on the call.
Very quickly, have you guys noticed that Alison is on here from hospital? That shows commitment to this company. Has anybody noticed that?
Yeah, she's my girl. Alison's my
Well
girl.
Alison.
Yeah, well done, sweetheart.
Right, Shweta, really quickly, I've got a few of these people who haven't received their email. Should I send them through WhatsApp?
Yes.
Through the new WhatsApp?
Yeah, the new WhatsApp. Send it to me.
Fabulous, thank you.
Okay. All right, let's jump back on the call, because I have a few more things to share with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, you're recording.
Okay. Yeah, but that's great, isn't it? 'Cause that means I've got to sort it out afterwards and I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh dear.
You pass book on to me then. I'll need Ruth. Oh, Ruth does, that's fine. I'll sort it out with Ruth afterwards.
Okay. Well, I've learned something new anyway.
I'll just have to listen quietly because I've just got to prep tea. Actually, let me put myself on mute.
Okie doke. No, I'm hosting it, Sue. And she's coming on my number. But if we'd have known that I couldn't have done it, I wouldn't have done it, if that makes sense. Right, give it a minute till Shweta comes on. There should be. Go back on Facebook for a minute. Is that you in now, Shweta?
It seems that I was talking to myself because I didn't realize I was on mute. How's everyone doing?
Fine, fine, yep. Shall I?
I had a little emergency, so sorry for being late.
That's okay. I'll mute myself so that you can talk, okay?
Okay, all right. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sure, you can mute yourself. All right, everyone, so we are here today to discuss the way forward since it's already a new month that it started, and I am getting somebody else from the corporate as well. I'm getting Tarun on the call shortly. He will be joining us, and he will be discussing the overall strategy that the company is following, and then all of us should follow as a team in order to move in the same direction. And it would we would include training on the PDQ because we've started getting quite a few queries already on the PDQ. And at the same time, it will we will discuss about the offers that we have for TV, broadband, and phone services. The way we had, what we had for Sky earlier, that still remains, but there are certain house rules around it. What we can advertise, what we cannot, and things like that. It's Tarun. I think he's not able to join, so let me just help him. All right, so Tarun will be joining us shortly. He wasn't able to find the details. Now, first of all, well, I know that the kind of what we discussed yesterday with the team's performance and everything, what we're looking at right now is that how to notch that up. And not only that, we're looking at to bridge the gap that happened last month, what we're looking at to see where we will move ignoring the last month, which means that forget that pretty much last month existed, from where we were the month before in terms of positions to where we are going right now. That's what we need to look at. So we don't only need to get back the position that we had the month before, but we're actually looking at moving a notch up. The ground rule for that, before we discuss anything else, is to make sure that we get in touch, and I'd spoken to Alison earlier this morning and we discussed this, to get in touch with everybody who went active last month but did not achieve positions. We will move on to the earlier ones later, but specifically the ones who went active in the month of August but did not achieve position. Now, they are the ones who have faith in the business, and they are the ones who want to grow. We want to make sure that we're able to help them grow and achieve positions. Imagine if there were, let's say, 50 people on your team, and I know that all of you would have different team sizes, but imagine if there were 50 people on your team who went active but did not achieve any positions. If we are able to help just half of them, 25 of them become SSD. Rest, everything would take care of itself. All the positions from there and up, all the way up to even RT would take care of itself. All we need to focus on is helping people become SST. And how we're going to do that? The first thing we want to make sure is that people understand how they can become active without actually having to spend a lot from their pocket. Which means that the programs and the services that we have in which they can get customer points so that they don't have to actually do the points themselves, how they can get the customer points in order to go active. So which means that it does not cost them to stay in the business, to stay active in the business. That is very, very important, because I know a lot of people drop out, fall out, because they're not able to spend so much money every month in order to stay active until they reach a certain position. I'm so sorry, just give me 1 minute. So would you guys agree that that is one of the concerns that people have when they need to spend money every month and they're not achieving positions? That is why a lot of people, drop out. And then the hunt begins to find out new people who will shop, which is not a very pleasant situation. Ideally, in an ideal scenario, the way we should work is this level right now. Let's say, let's say this is our RD, this is team director, this is senior team leader, this is team leader, this is SSD, and this is the line below of people who have shopped this month, who went active but did not achieve any position. So ideally, how we should work is helping this bottom line get to SSD level, and rest everything would push itself up already. So let's focus on that bottom line, getting those people active and making them SSD. And if we're right now 35 people in this call, if we're able to make just probably 5 SSDs each together with the help of each other, that's 35 times 5. And that's around 200, over 200 SSDs. And if you have over 200 SSDs in your organization, guys, there's no stopping anybody. We wouldn't need to worry about any other position. So let's keep our focus on. Also, these are the newest people who shopped and haven't positioned. These are most likely the newest people in the business who've been in the business for about maybe a month, 2 or 3 at best. So one is that we need to show them the importance, and not only the importance, but the benefits of becoming active. So this would be, for a lot of people, it'll be their 3rd or the 4th month. If it is their 4th month already, then which means this month they are in the pool, in the single pool already. If it is their 3rd month, which means they are finishing the eligibility, which means next month they will be in the pool. Also, with the compression coming in, it's a good thing for them because they'll build teams quicker and get more money for residual income, because teams will get compressed. Inactive people would get compressed and get dropped out of the system. Not only that, with the customer base coming in, for them, it'll be a lot easier to make money as compared to what it was for the rest of us, because we did not have the help of customer base. We had to do our points ourselves. But for these people, because they will have the customer base, they don't have to worry about doing 100 points themselves. Let's say even if they're able to do 50 points from the customers, they're only left to do another 50 points themselves, for which they can very well pick and choose exact things that they need for their household, rather than going for a package, which they take as an investment. Because even though half the things in the pack might be things that they use and they would use, but probably 50% or 40% of the things are something that they otherwise wouldn't have bought. That is why they think of the entire amount as an investment, not thinking that a lot of those things they would have bought anyway, even if they were not in the business. So, sorry, as I said, I've had a little bit of emergency, so I'm getting a lot of calls. But Anyway, so that's the basic plan. Now, we had 34 people in the group, in the chat here. How many of us, in total, if we could just quickly on the chat write down the number of people we had on our team, approximately, I know a lot of you might not have the exact number, who went active last month but did not achieve any positions. 5. That's from Rebecca. Anybody else? I'll answer that question of the £35 sign-up fees. Okay.
I've got 392 in my team. 39 went active, and none of us hit our achieved where we were supposed to hit.
So that's 39 people alone from your team.
Went active, and none of us hit what we were needing to hit. No.
Okay. And I know the number was quite huge from Alison's team as well. Okay, so we've got huge numbers to work with already. I mean, if we're able to help these people become SSDs, and a lot of them might already be in strategic positions where they would only need a little bit of push in order to go to SSD. Because if you have 39 people going active and none of them hit SSD, then I'm sure there must be a couple of people who were short by just 2 or 3 activations maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So if we start working in a proper strategic order, working with those people first, because they were the closest to achieving position, and that's why it is easiest to work with them in order to help them achieve the positions. Let's start working with them. And wow, I mean, the numbers is just huge. Approx 150 went active and around 8 got position. So which means, wow, just from Luan, we have what? We're talking about 140 people, just if we talk about Luan's team, which I know would include all of you, a lot of you, but that is huge number, 140 people to work with. I mean, just imagine, Luan, if we're able to help 50% of those people, just about 70 people or 75 people to hit SSD. Just imagine where would it take you. And to help them hit SSD is not very difficult if we start working from day one. Considering the fact that we only need 2 active in each leg, and considering the fact that we together, all of us together, are going to focus on these people and going to make sure that they need to spend as little as possible in order to make sure that the people go active. So let's say I need 6 people going active to win every leg. I would make sure that the newest people, probably, the newest person, if there is any, can buy a hamper or something, but I would ideally make sure that none of them have to spend a lot of money to go active, because what they can do is that they can go for services that they can introduce to friends and families and all, and get points in order to go active for that. Just alone a Sky package of, a triple package, which is an amazing deal for customer. I mean, all of us know that the kind of prices that they were getting through us, they were not getting anywhere else. And that was one of the problems, because a lot of people wanted to cancel their existing package and wanted to re-sign up. So it's a huge saving for them as well. And you get 35 points straight away, which means 3 people, and you don't have to spend any money in order to go active. So one thing that we're going to focus on is Sky. We'll have a little training on Sky, and I will send you guys the material also after the training. The second thing is PDQ, where they get 10 points each for 12 consecutive months, which means once you have got somebody started on the PDQ machine, then you don't have to worry about those 10 points for the next 12 months, which means that if I'm able to get 5, 6, 7 such people, I really don't have to worry about my points, because then I can specifically go to if I can get 10, then all of it is taken care of. But even if I can get 5 or 7 people for the PDQ for next 12 months, I can go active just by doing 30 points myself. I don't have to worry about anything else. And would you guys agree that if people don't have to worry about staying active in the game and having to spend money on staying active in the business, then we will see a lot more longevity, and we would see a lot more commitment from people? Exactly. Now, okay, let me just, I have no one yet been active since I joined July. Wow, that's great. But for anybody who has, we had waived off the pool condition. So anybody who has been active for 3 consecutive months gets in the pool on the 4th month. As of now, we waived off the condition for being qualified. So you still get something out of the business. But what we're going to make sure here is to show you a way, Sue, that you don't have to keep on investing in the business in order to stay active. You can not only stay active without having to spend, actually next month on, you will be able to make an income for yourself without actually having to spend any money. So without even, I mean, even if you're not able to, we'll try all of us together to get to a position this month. But even if that does not happen, you will have a way to start an income for yourself. So let me quickly just open up the training. Give me 1 minute and let me see. I can share my screen. Just give me 1 minute. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to allow you to do that? Let me have a look. Hang on 2 ticks.
Yeah, please check. Because I've shared my screen.
Yeah, hang on, Shweta. Mute audio, chat, make host, allow record, ask to start record, rename and remove.
Is anybody recording this?
Yeah, Alison's recording it.
Okay, great.
It doesn't say that you need my permission for anything. It just says to you can
Okay, let me try once again. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'll mute myself again.
All right, so the company that we've tied up with for providing the PDQ machines, the merchant service provider, are GMS Services, Global Merchant Services. Now they are master merchants, which means that they're a level above the regular merchants, and which means they have more authority. They have better connections with Master and Visa card, and they have they have a lot of authority. And that is why they have a huge success rate. They have 99% success rate. So which means if you refer somebody to get a PDQ through them, 99 out of 100 times it would go through. The best part, not best, but actually one of the best things is that it does not have any contracts. Wherein majority, in fact, I think almost all the PDQs that you go for, all the services that you go for, they will have from 12 to anywhere around 48 months of contract, about a year to 4 years contract. And should you decide to drop out of the contract, they charge you bomb. So that's why people, even if at times they're stuck with the rates that they get because it costs a lot to get out of the contract. With them, the best part is there is no contract, and yet they've never had anybody wanting to cancel or return it because the payment, the services that they provide are amazing. There is no terminal rental. I'm sure that some of you who own small businesses and all, or any business and use these kind of services would know that there is rental service usually with these, with these kind of facilities, but there is no terminal rental with GMS. Lowest price guaranteed. So whatever price you're getting with the other merchant, if they are not already offering something better than that, they will definitely match the price. UK-based customer service center. So which means that any queries that you have, any questions that you have, their customer service or the customer support center is based in the UK. And also you get full visibility, online visibility of each of your transactions with a mobile and web application. So all the business owners have the facility to actually look at all the transactions that they've had through, they have a mobile as well as a web application. So makes things really transparent and easy for everyone. These are some different PDQ terminals that they offer. They offer Wi-Fi terminal, they offer GPRS terminal, and they offer desktop terminal as well. They do contactless also. Now with the Wi-Fi terminal, the portable terminal to use Bluetooth technology and are common in cafes, restaurant, bar, or wherever the terminal is taken to the customers to carry out a transaction. And this could really be handy for anybody who's, who, I think it is very common these days in salons and all as well. With the GPRS terminal, the mobile terminal uses a SIM card and GPRS to allow payments away from business premises. So which means that any of you operating in a business model where you're taking, the customer is based somewhere else, but they authorize you to take the payment from a remote location, you are able to do that with the GPRS terminal. And the desktop terminal, the computer top machine, is for use in point of sale transaction and uses a telephone or broadband connection, which is the usual one. So they have all the facilities and every kind of actually facility that you might require and you might look for. 3 different kind of transactions that they facilitate: face-to-face transaction, wherein the customer puts in their card inside the device and enters their PIN. They also have contactless transaction facility, and they also have facility for online payment where the customer, when the card is not present. So all the 3 are available. The deposit amount is £360, which is fully refundable. Now, it is refundable after, I mean, if you cancel for any reason, should you decide to cancel this, they refund the full amount upon the receipt of the terminal, actual terminal. The 360, because there is no contract and because there is no line rental. So that's why the 360 deposit fee is actually a kind of security should anything happen to the terminal. But for any reason, if you change your mind and you decide to go with something else, or you decide to give up this terminal, the fee is fully refundable. They also refund you this deposit if your business transaction cross over £100,000 or after using 12 months of the service. So which means the terminal essentially is free. There is just a small deposit fee to make sure that if there is any damage to the terminal and all, that is covered. Now, GMS also gives you the ability to view, as they said, they have online as well as web application. This enables you to view live transactions, online statements, options to transfer to any desired account and e-commerce facility. Now guys, the option to transfer to any desired account is really wonderful, because what happens, especially let's say if you own a small cafe, and inside your cafe you have somebody else who's renting probably a booth or